Wow.
Ladies and
Fabs
gentlemen,
Esports is now
boys
following.
and girls, thank you for coming to another all-new episode of The Crowning Achievement, the show where we explore the ins and the outs of some of your favorite esports personalities. My name is Fireblaster, and I'll be your host through this journey today. Our guest is currently available and ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and get them on a Discord chat, and we will start the interview. Hello?
Hello.
There he is.
Hey,
All right.
Fabs. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. So, today's guest is a person who shouts at us during tournaments. You'll hear them scream, "Stop your friendlies." This person is a man of deep compassion and a love for the community. Please help me in welcoming today's guest, Fabs.
Hey, everyone. How you guys doing today?
We are doing fantastic. It is a great Monday. Uh, Typically, one of our busier days on the Crowning Achievement. So we will go ahead and we're going to start here after this Spectate Smash decides to start. We will go ahead and start the interview. How's your day been?
Pretty good. Yeah, just had work, got back, had a few meetings, cut the grass. Now I'm here. Excited to be on. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you being on. It's definitely one of those things. We like to, here at the Crowning Achievement, we like to explore all types of personalities. We like to come and see the players, the TOs, you know, the YouTube personalities, try to get everything covered in this basis. So let's start from the beginning. What region are you from?
I am from Tri-State, specifically
Tri-State.
New Jersey.
Nice, nice. Tri-State is definitely one of those fun areas. You guys are definitely one of the stronger regions in the Smash community for sure. The FGC is definitely really strong as well. So, being from Tri-State, you get the advantage of covering a lot of, high-end players. Now, for the people at home who don't know who you are, right? What is your position in the esports community?
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of wear many hats. I've done a lot of things. I've been in esports for a little over 3 years now. Um, my current roles in the esports community are as I am an event operations specialist at Community Gaming New York. I'm also one of the head organizers and production managers for Collision Series, the New Jersey State Smash Group. I also am part of an esports charity group called Landfest. So I'm a donor manager there, and I help organize some events that we're currently working on. And yeah, I love esports. I've been a big fan of esports since like high school, and I like watch competitive League of Legends, and I just love putting on some dope ass events.
Yeah, that's awesome. I definitely, you're the man of many hats. It sounds like, with running tournaments, organizing them and stuff. Do you also play, or do you do anything else, or are you just strictly an organizer?
Yeah, I mean, like I used to play a lot of Smash. Like in college, I used to play Smash like every day for like hours on end. And then as I started like TOing more, my like drive to be a competitor kind of died. And I was like, okay, I mean, like I can't be like a beast at this game, so
Right.
I at least like still want to be like part of the community and like help out and like do something cool and like like give people unique experiences that they haven't felt before. So I do play Smash. I'm pretty decent. I'm nothing crazy. I am a masher. I will not deny that fact. Love to mash. As my favorite commentator Skip says, born to mash, forced to neutral. So yeah, that definitely falls under me. But yeah, I like playing Smash. I play League of Legends too. Not so much Valorant, even though I do host Valorant events. But I do love playing the Digimon TCG that just came out recently, like, within the past year or two.
Yeah, I
That's
heard
been really
about
fun.
that. I heard about that. Definitely one of those
Yeah.
things. I loved watching the anime as a kid, but not too much the TCG side of thing, the card game. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too much there, but definitely one of those things I have a deep appreciation for, that kind of stuff. 'Cause I used to be a Magic player, so definitely understand,
Oh yeah, Magic's dope too.
yeah, definitely one of those things. The dedication you have to that to be able to like stay dedicated to it is definitely one of those things. You did answer our next question, which was how long you've been going to events, which was you said about 3 years. So that's
Yeah,
great.
I've been like hosting events for about 3 years, but I've been going to esports events for maybe the past four,
Really?
like
Oh,
4 to 5. Yeah, yeah, like some collegiate events mainly, not too much like any big stuff. But
like
yeah,
yeah, like taking games off of MKLeo or something, you know.
I do have a set win on Con.
Nice.
Not Mr. Con, but yeah, Con from Tri-States. No, I love to hold that over him, you know.
Con, but not the Mr. Con.
Yeah, not Mr. Con. Yeah, yeah. Everyone knows Mr. Con.
I mean, Luigi Legend from Smash 4 days, not so much in Ultimate, but definitely back in the day, you know, one of those things.
Hmm.
Uh, where did you get? Speaking of, origins and what we've been talking about, where did the tag come from? Like Fabs. Like I know it sounds cool, the hipster kind of thing. A lot of people would say like, oh, they would get their own general idea of where it came from. But where your origin story, it's your tag. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, like I've always struggled with like a cool tag, you know. Like I used to play Minecraft, and I used to have macros on my mouse that like would make me like build and dig really fast.
Right.
So like I like went by like the macro miner for a long time, and I tried going like by like macro, but then I went to Anime Next in like 2014 I think,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to write your name tag down, and I wrote macro, but people kept reading it as Marco. And I was like, all right, this is not gonna fly. Gotta change the tag, you know. So
Right.
then it became like Infamous Macro, you know, because like I used to play like Infamous and I love that shit.
Right.
And then I didn't have like a gamer tag for a while. Like my league tag was like Dova Kid because like I love playing Skyrim, and like Dova Kid was always taken, so like I was like young, so I went with Dova Kid. Um, but then like when I started playing Smash, my first tag was Finesse because I liked, I just thought it sounded nice, like a nice little finesse. But then I met this guy who also had finesse at this event called Overclock,
Oh
and
God.
and we played. He's like, "Yo, play me for the tag," and I was like, "All right, bet." He played Ness. I was not
Ew,
winning.
gross.
I was not winning that game in the slightest. So he washed me. He was really good. I'm like, "All right, bro, you got it." So, like after some thinking, I'm like, all right, like what do I want my name to be? Like it's like something nice and simple because like finesse just like didn't like it was nice, but like it didn't like really quite like fit with me.
Right.
So, my name is Fabio, and my friends like, as a nickname would call me like either Fob or Fobs.
Nice.
So I was like, I'll just go out and like by my nickname, like nice, simple, like one syllable, easy to say, you know. And like I'm not too like keen on people saying like Fabs or Fobs, like however like you pronounce it is like it's fine to me. But yeah, like I just went like by Fobs just because like it just felt comfortable to me, you know.
That's pretty cool. It's like the different depths. You're like an onion, You have those different layers, and then to how you got your tag. So that's definitely cool. Everybody's origin story is a little bit different, and it's nice to hear something different where you had like the transitions from, hey, this is my original tag, this is the next one I came to. You're like a step ladder, like getting to where you need to go with your
Mm-hmm.
tag.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone kind of goes through that, like your tag is like a personification of you.
Right.
It's like what does it tell about you, you know? Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely fun times. Definitely one of those things. Like we had Script on, which his video goes live tomorrow at 8 a.m. His tag came through like some of his football buddies back in the day, so it was cool to hear how his story came about. So
Mm-hmm.
all right, and what inspired you to start playing in esports or playing Smash specifically?
All right. Yeah, so this is a long story. So
That's okay.
get ready, right? So I started playing League of Legends in high school, freshman year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I started watching competitive League of Legends. And I was like, this is so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like people coming together just like regular sports, like, for like the same reason to either cheer on your team or shit talk the other team, you know?
Right.
So like it just felt like really awesome to like just like the energy, the vibes, like the camaraderie that like these like events used to have. And I was like, these are so cool. I want to do something like in esports when I get older.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to school for business. I went to Rutgers, Newark. I got a degree in supply chain management and marketing,
Nice.
and um, I started playing Smash with my friends that I met in college. I've never played Smash before then. Like not like maybe like a game or two, but like I was never like really like too big on it. It was Smash 4, And yeah, me and my friend Jeff played like every day for hours nonstop, just grinding, just learning the game, mashing until like my instinct became intuition. And we used to play, and I introduced some of my friends to my other friends group, and Rutgers Newark is right next to NGIT, and their esports scene is huge. You know, like they had one of the best Overwatch teams in like the country at one point.
Right.
So um my friend Juan told me, he's like, hey, there's a Smash tournament going on at NGIT, we should go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'm down. So we went, but like we didn't like we none of us had like any IDs to get in because like you needed to like swipe in. So we're like slamming on the window of like this like tournament of like 50 like sweaty Smash nerds from college. And they're like, who the fuck are these guys? Like
Right.
and then they open the door for us. They're like, yo, who are you? I'm like, oh, we're here to play Smash. They're like, oh, hell yeah. So they let us in. We play. I did okay. I don't remember like what I went. I think it was like 1-2 or like 0-2, whatever. You know, I was trash. And I talked with the head organizer, McNasty, and I was like, yo, dude, this is awesome. We should definitely like work together to like host some other events. He's like, yeah, man, definitely. So like I would help them host some of like their larger events, like the McClassic and the McClassic 2. And those were like semesterly events that they would host. And that was kind of like my first feel for like esports event organizing. And while I was there, I had the pleasure of meeting my current producer for Collision Series, Kelvin, aka like Espada,
Mm-hmm.
who like helps me run like a lot of my Smash events. And I was like, yeah, dude, like I think it's really dope, like what you do. Like, it's super cool, like you stream all this stuff. He's like, yeah, man, same, like it's super awesome to meet you. And then I started going to these Monday locals called Spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I kind of got to like meet my current crew, and I got to like kind of like dip my feet and my toes into like the world of like event organizing and event management. And at first I joined like their team because I wanted to get good at Smash and like like just be a part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
And then like as time went on, my desire for the game kind of like to like be a competitor kind of died, and I put more of my focus into event organizing and like production management. So
Right.
yeah, that's kind of the lore as to like why I am like where I am now.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, like, I ever so feel myself here as of lately gravitating more of being towards like the commentator side or the web
Hmm.
series thing more than being a competitor. Like, I still want to compete. Definitely don't get me wrong on that, but definitely feel where you're coming from. Like, you feel that pull. You're like, I definitely not bad at this game, but like, I'm not keeping up with these like kids or like
Yeah, it's
playing
too much
things.
effort to like study like 80 plus matchups
Right.
and then like do all these things. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like we were like in an era of online for so long that like that's what like really like solidified like the nail in the coffin for me was like online Smash events.
And we know how good online is.
Oh
Say
yeah,
less.
you tell me about it. God.
That is a whole new beast. Now, if Nintendo knew how to make a server, would be great. Then you know they do know how to make a server, but they don't know how to make a server for Smash. So
Yeah, no, not even close. Not even close. But what can you
we can hope. We can hope and dream. You know,
do? Hope
get
and
one
dream.
of those. Right. Uh, what are you known for up to this point in your career? Would you say?
Oh God, honestly, I would want to say
Mm-hmm.
like it's like the events that I run and like what I do, but I think I'm more known for like this one win I have on like a Philly PR player from a long time ago.
Okay.
That like all like a lot of my friends like I feel like would say that well it was like notable. But I mean
Oh,
like
okay.
outside of that, like everyone just kind of knows me as like the New Jersey Smash TO, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I used to run these in-person Valorant lands at Brookland in New York City, in Brooklyn, obviously.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's in the
Brooklyn is
name.
definitely notable. I've heard of that
Yeah,
series.
yeah, great venue, great people, love them. Shout out to Alec, I love them a lot. And I would kind of like run the LAN events that we used to host every month,
Mm-hmm.
and people there knew me as the Valorant LAN TO. So everyone just kind of associates me with like being a TO. That's all I am. I'm just a TO, as the people meme.
Right. But let's dive into this like this PR win. I'm pretty familiar with the Philadelphia area and PR wins. I'm curious. Who did you beat?
I beat Chia.
Oh, You beat
Yeah,
Gia.
and
That's
she beat me in the past with Rob. Like she like destroyed me. And then it was really funny because like right before the stream started, I went to ConCon.
mm-hmm.
Who like him and me like we're best friends, but like we're rivals. Cause like he's my bracket demon. Like every NGT event I went to, he was always my round two, and I'm like, why? Why is this? I see him all the time. And I asked him like, hey Connor, you think I can beat Chia? He was like, no, no. He had no faith, absolutely no faith. And I was there. We were playing. It was last stock. It wasn't last take. And like she was up like pretty good percentage on me. And I was off stage as Crom, and she was Rob, and she went for a Z drop with gyro.
Oh
But
no.
my up, I spaced my up. I knew she was gonna do that, so I spaced my up B around it to scoop her down and to get the divine retribution on the Chroma side. And that's how I took the
Oh.
stock.
So
End of the
wait,
set.
so you got the Chroma side before they patched the like where he dies first?
Well, no, so like he dies second if you're below the median of the stage. So
Mm,
since she was off stage and when I upbeat, I was below it
that's fair.
on my ascension and then descension, it would count if I did hit her, which I did. It would count as her dying first.
That's fair. That's fair. I
Yeah,
forgot about that. Like one of those. Those are like one of those character specific like nuanced positioning things that like if you don't see it enough, then you kind of like
yeah,
you find out a
exactly.
way and you're like, oh yeah, that's how that works. But then
Yeah,
when it comes
Chromoside
out,
was so broken, man. It was too broken. I blame James.
dude, James ruined like Rivers. Like honestly, like legitimately, Crom was sick back in the day when he
Yes.
first started playing
Yeah.
it. I love that man. I still
I saw
remember.
him playing Crom at like right before Smash Ultimate dropped. He had like a pre-release or like something, and he was playing Crom when we were all playing Smash 4, and I was like, wow.
Right. I still remember meeting Rivers. In fact, so we were at Smash and Splash, Smash Four, the same tournament that Elegant destroyed Rags, right?
Hmm.
And my buddy, one of my people that are in my state, Kansas, Wisdom, had to play Rivers. I'm like, oh, okay. He just got done beating Meister. I was like, he could make the upset. He beat Meister, and then he beat JJ Rockets, another, you know, Diddy player back in the day, like Smash 4, like the ultimate Diddy players. And then he had to play Rivers right after. I'm like, man, this
Oh
guy's got some
God.
crappy luck. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Duck Hunt versus Diddy does not sound cool, but yeah, Rivers seemed like a chill dude. No wait, no, that wasn't the first time I met Rivers. I met Rivers when he came down to Oklahoma for that No Man's Land tourney back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those,
James is awesome.
yeah, I love James. But let's get off James there for a second. We're kind of like fangirling over James right now, but
Yeah.
what drives you to succeed in the community?
That's a very fair question. Like because we always say like Smashes don't deserve shit.
Right.
Because like they ruin everything. I
Oh
guess
yeah.
I guess it was more so like a sense of pride,
Mhm.
like something to like be like prideful of, like the fact that I was able to do all these cool things, do all these cool like initiatives and activations, and just have people like come to my events and be like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like I want to come to like your event again. I want to come again. Like cool. Like you can work on this. We can do this. And just like build with the community.
Mhm.
So like my like I feel like my talent is bringing people together. I feel like that's what I do best. And being a TO and EO kind of like lets me like leverage that talent. So like I take pride in the events that I run. I love like putting on like a good show and like a good experience for everyone to like enjoy. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of like my main motive
That's
is
fair.
like it's selfish, but it's also like I do it because I just love it. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of pride, being boastful a little bit, you all should give me the opportunity and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, trying to grow that. We're almost a quarter away the 100 subscribers we need to get to the specific URL that I want to use instead of using this garbage long multiple different letters and different caps and stuff. So if you can go ahead and you know subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you like the content, definitely go ahead and ring that bell as well, so that way you get all the notifications of when I post this stuff, you know, live on our YouTube channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. But
Yeah, I just subbed. You guys should do it.
yeah, definitely, it's one of those things like uh, the technicals video should be dropping by the end of the week. I would say it's probably gonna drop Friday. Would be my guess if I get the chance to. But that was definitely a fun interview. That was such a fun time. He roasted me a little bit on some things, but definitely was a fun experience. Uh, now, we figured out what drives you. We talked about some of your positives in the community. We're adults. Both of us are adults. We know what comes with this. So every positive comes with negatives, right? We obviously know
Hmm.
that. What are some of the things you want to change in the community at this current moment? And what are the things you feel like we've done a good job that addressed that have been bad in the past, where we don't have to bring up everything, but we've done a good job of addressing at this point and feel where our positives are, but where we can get better at the negatives.
Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to the Smash community and like things that we could do better, my biggest thing I would probably say is just try to like have like empathy and perception and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
It's really easy to like see a problem and be like, oh yeah, this is wrong, and like not offer like any like constructive criticism or solutions, but
Mm-hmm.
instead just like be on this, oh yeah, this is wrong, this should get fixed train. And it's like, yeah, like thanks for pointing it out, but if that's like all you do, then like what do you really like offer like individually? Like I can point out problems in any system. Like what's the point of that if you can't think about a solution? And like I feel like people kind of drag things too far when it comes to problems. So like even if it's like things like PR, like how long a PR takes to come out, or like venue prices, or like major prices, or like stream or production hiccups. It's really easy from like a spectator point of view to be like, oh cringe, yikes, this is like kind of bad, and instead be like, okay, like the event organizers have like a lot on their plate, production has a lot on the plate. There are some things that they don't control. Like maybe like the venue had like a Wi-Fi hiccup, but no, it's just like they like people like to point and click and like think that they're self-righteous and that they know all. When like it's like we've all been there. I've had times where I'm like, oh, why is this like this? This could all be so easy. And then I speak to a professional in the field, and then I get some insight as to like why things are the way they are. And I was like, okay, like now I see the barriers. Now I see the problems that we don't see. So it's just like really keeping that like open mind and open ear as to like things aren't like so simple. It's not so surface level. There's so much work and like energy and time that goes into doing like everything that you do, and like at any scale, whether it be like an event organizer, firefighter, EMT, astronaut, like anything. It's just like not jumping the gun and just trying to like understand like why things are the way they are instead of just pointing out things are wrong and not offering any.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. Like one of those things like people don't realize like some of the time and effort that goes into a lot of this stuff. Like the Gimvitational that's happening this weekend over in MDVA. Like people don't realize that Gimmer and Apostle put a ton of time into that before they
Mm-hmm.
even posted the video, and then people were giving Gimmer crap when he was having problems with the tech and all that. But like, yeah, that was a great example. Like, it's a great example of like people not understanding where Gimmer was coming from on those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Gimmer does a lot. Gimmer and Apostle, like they're staples in the community for a reason, but like they have social lives. They have things they want to do for themselves. Like their life isn't only Smash. So people are like, oh, why doesn't Daddy Gimmer give me what I want? And then they just jump the gun. So yeah, I just think that. But I mean, like in regards to like things we do well, um, like we've been a community for as long as we have because of how tight knit we are. Like we, even though like things have like gone awry, and problems arise and people get canceled and all these things, like allegations come out. At the end of the day, we still like come together for the same reason, and we just want to. We're here to play some video games and hang out with our friends and to create some memories. So like that message in my eyes like, never really gets lost, which is nice. Like we're still always like moving forward and taking those steps.
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes I feel like we take steps backwards, we still like overall objectively take more steps forward when it comes to like safety of our like events, you know, like childhood liabilities, um, like you know, like just like measures to make sure that people just feel safe, comfortable, and happy, especially like during like a time of like you know like a pandemic, you know,
Right.
taking like proper like safety precautions and like people like you know like obliging and you know like offering solutions, recommendations, you know. So I feel like the community does a pretty good job of just like sticking together, even though like times do be rough.
Yeah. And I think that's why we're grassroots, and I hate to say it, but I think that's why a lot of the times we will stay grassroots. As long as there's a Smash game and there's a community, we will be grassroots. People want to
Yeah.
go corporate, but like they don't realize all the like rules and stipulations that would go through for being a corporate like ran entity. Like, hey, you have to do this, you have to do this. They'd pick their own stages, they would pick their own commentators, they'd pick their own organizers on running the event, like all this stuff. And people are like, oh, well, it's just about the money, but it's never just about the money. You still want the
Hmm.
experience.
Yeah, and we've seen events that like, were just about the money and people didn't go to.
Right. Yeah, we can name a few, but we're not out here to go
Yeah.
witch hunting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is gonna be the funnest question of the video and the headliner of this whole thing. So obviously you're on the crowning achievement, right? The whole reason I made this show was to give a chance for our guests to highlight, you know, some things that are in their careers, right? You know, this is a chance
Hmm.
to see the origins, to see how people are. And obviously, I'm a K roll main, so like crowning achievement just came natural. It's like, hey, that's a good idea. So what would you say?
That's how the thing comes from. I like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So like, what would you say your crowning achievement would be? It could be like an event, you know, something that you feel like you could put on your head and say, hey, this is Fabs, right? This is my crowning achievement, right? This is what I could put on my head at the end of the day.
yeah, and like you know what's funny is like for so long I felt like I would be like I was so scared that I didn't know what my crowning achievement was. I felt like I was never gonna have one because I
Right.
feel like I was just gonna be like stuck in like this stagnant state of just like running like online events and like you know like not getting paid and just like running like, for a game that like I don't feel like as passionate about anymore. So like I would probably say my crowning achievement would definitely be Collision 2022 that happened this year
Yeah.
because I joined the Collision Squad in early 20 I think it was like late 2019.
Mhm.
And so they like I was in the middle of like while they were preparing to like host Collision 2020 and like you know I came towards like the tail end of it. So unfortunately I had to get canceled because of the pandemic, you know. So I spent a lot of my time like working with RJ and the Collision team to like build out our community, build out our YouTube, build out our Twitch because we didn't have all those things before. We'd always get those outsourced. So, um, like my first, I feel like crowning achievement, like the you know like kind of like going into like the tiers would be getting like our Twitch channel from 0 to 10,000 followers within a year,
Nice.
just being like the stream manager, making sure that all of the ad breaks went on time, any you know like production value incentives that like I could think of to like kind of promote the stream more, and like any like marketing tactics that I had, um reaching out to players, like working with artists, like thinking of like initiatives, and you know it just felt really nice to like see that growth alongside like growing our YouTube. So like that was like my first crying achievement, you know, like during the pandemic at least was doing all of that.
Mhm.
My next one right before Collision will probably be hosting Momentous at the Microsoft Experience Center, New York City, on I think it was like Fifth Avenue,
Right.
and just like working like with my hosting an event like at Microsoft Studios with like a bunch of like you know top end talent, you know, with like a production team and an event organizing team that has like the drive and passion and love for like the in person events, especially after like you know a post pandemic time. It was like it was really nice because I was the stage manager slash like stream coordinator for that event. So it was really nice to like have everyone like compliment me and tell me I was doing a good job. You know, especially like after like a year and a half of running online events, it was finally nice to like be in person with all these like great players that I look up to and that I enjoy watching, and
Mhm.
to just put on a good show for like people at home. You know, that was like that felt like so like nice. It felt like so like my pride was just going through the roof. My number one kind of achievement was you know definitely Collision 2022 where I was one of the stage managers and the stream coordinator and the player manager for both streams. And I worked alongside the House 3000, Espada, RJ, Grayola, like just a CACT, a bunch of like awesome, really good, great people. And my favorite part of it all was I hit up a sponsor called Esports Health,
Nice.
and that this is like my favorite part. Like like collision was my crying achievement, but like my like inside crying achievement with that event was this sponsor because I saw them on Twitter and I saw that they did like hand health, and like they do like specific like physical therapy for esports athletes. And I was like, what? This is dope. Like this is like a hidden market. Like we have like physical therapy for like actual athletes is like a $1 billion industry. Like they spend a lot of money making sure like athletes like are like fine tuned and like perform well. Why don't we have the same like concept applied to like actual esports? So I love their concept. So I hit them up and I'm like, yo, I would love you guys to come to Collision. And they're like, yeah, definitely. Like one of the guys came from like Las Vegas,
Dang.
to the event. And they're like physical therapists, so they're like chiropractors. So they were like the hit of the event. Everyone loved them. They like adjusted over like 100 people, and like staff and crew and players all love them because they felt great afterwards. They
Yep.
felt like they got a free consultation, they got an adjustment, and they felt like they could like take on the world. So
Right.
it was just super awesome because they came to me afterwards and they're like, dude, like thank you so much for like inviting us. Like this was like an awesome experience. Like they told me, like they said we want to come to your events. We're coming to all of your events. And hearing them say that just felt so validating. It felt so nice that like it ended up like working out, and that they enjoyed being there. That like the staff and the crew and the
Mm-hmm.
spectators and players enjoyed being there for like the sponsor. And it just felt so nice, like have something like pop off like that. So yeah,
That is awesome.
those are all my cutting achievements.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Likes to put his jewels in his crown, and that's awesome. And I can attest to the chiropractic kind of thing because there's a guy down in Texas that does that as well. His name's Fabian, and I wanted to shout him out since you were talking about the masseuse work and stuff like that. And when I went to Low Tide, I got my hands worked on and he relaxed me, and you actually play better, believe it or not, when you have that work done on you.
Hmm.
Because your hands move faster, your muscles are willing to move where they're supposed to, and you're just more relaxed. So, if you get the chance and you're in Fabs' area, get that done by those guys, or Fabian down in Texas area. Definitely one of those things. Like, it helps a huge ton. Like, I swear, I'm usually like the O2er at majors, and I went 2-2, almost made it to MK Leo in my pool at that tourney. That was really sad, but I'll probably get that chance again eventually and get slaughtered
Yeah,
by
man.
him. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on being a competitor anymore. But all right, now we're gonna go ahead and open it up for our people at home to ask Fabs any kind of questions. Right, this is your opportunity. We open this up while I'll give him another question, and while we're waiting for our fans to give us some questions, Fabs is open pretty much to any question you guys have. So if you have a question to Fabs, this is your chance to do it. Now that we're open on that, I'm going to go ahead and give you the opportunity to be like Coach Madden. You know who Coach Madden is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your chance to give the advice to the players, fans, casters, competitors, future TOs that are watching this video in like 2042, 2052, whatever. If this is still such a thing at YouTube in that future, what would your advice be to those kind of people, the new people to the community?
If you have a goal, an ambition, or a dream, follow that to your heart's content. Don't have like any like whatever obstacles may come in your way to prevent you from achieving that dream. You can definitely work around, and there are times where you feel like oh like I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, and then a year goes by and you're like, oh, I can't believe I thought that, I got through that problem, like it like ended up like working in my benefit, like some like every good and bad thing that happens to you, like, you in your life leads to every other good and bad thing that happens. So like there's no point in labeling things as good as bad. So
Mhm.
like my family, my are immigrants from Albania. Like they were villagers. So when I told them that I wanted to like start doing things in video games, they laughed at me. They're like, haha, good joke, go get a corporate job.
Right.
And I'm like, no, like this is what I want to do. Like I enjoy doing this. And I did it for like free for like years. I volunteered a lot of my time to like host these events to gain experience, to like know all of the talent and like skills that I have now. And now I'm able to like carry like multiple like esports jobs and like do like different things between all of those and like have like all these hats. So like no matter what you want to do in life, even if like people are like telling you to like go into a direction, like it's your life. You make your own decisions, Like even though like for like a majority of it, you didn't make your own decisions because your family did it for you, you take the reins at some point. So like whatever you want to do, just do it. Like I literally run video game tournaments for a living and I love it. And like anytime I talk to like an immigrant or an Albanian about it, they're like, wow, like, and people always give me the same reaction, like it's super dope that you love what you do, and
Mhm.
like that just feels nice to hear because I have a lot of friends who just hate their jobs, who like just like despise going to work, who just don't enjoy going to work and get back and just feel like burnt out.
Mhm.
I go to run like a big Smash event or like a Valorant LAN, and I feel like great the entire time. I enjoy being there. I want to I want to keep doing that stuff. So whatever it is you want to do, no matter how weird it is, no matter different or like hard or like niche, you know,
Mhm.
like I at least I hope that I can give you like some inspiration into like doing like whatever you want to do because nothing's impossible. You can always do whatever you want. Like you set your heart at the.
Man, I felt like that was like the pregame speech before you go out and play football game because that's where my career felt like came from. But like I was like one of those things like it was really inspiring. That's awesome because like we've had so many different sentimental values that have come through with this, and definitely it's awesome to see like your humble beginnings of being the family that's immigrations from Albania to like where you're at now. Granted, we're not like big like League of Legends or anything like that, but you might eventually see Fabs in those kind of things. You never know. Like you might adventure over to the big leagues. One of these days.
Yeah, I'll go corporate.
Right? Man, it's a huge money because I mean they can afford $1 million pop bonus for League of Legends championships. I mean, think of what they're paying their people. You know.
Yeah, like it's funny because like being like even though esports has been around for like 30 plus years, with like FGC and Call of Duty like being like the start of like grassroots events and like even like arcade like events and like TCG tabletop stuff, it's still very niche. It's still very small. Like esports just broke $1 billion market cap like in 2020, like during the pandemic. So like it's hard to like find like careers and jobs that like you may enjoy, but it's not impossible. Like I found a lot of my like career paths off of like hitmarker.net. It's just like knowing the resources, knowing who to ask, networking and like making connections and just making sure that like as many people as you can who like can teach you something differently all the time. Cause like they can open more doors than like, a degree ever will, to be honest.
Right? You can be that man that has ketchup popsicle, but you can either try to eat that ketchup popsicle, or sell it to somebody that has white gloves because they're not gonna buy it. But if you have the right tools, you can sell it to somebody, and then they eventually will sell that popsicle to other people. No, I'm joking. That's
Exactly.
not that's not how that works. But I always used to hear that as a kid because my family has a lot of salesmen, and they're like, sell a lady with white gloves a ketchup popsicle. It probably tastes pretty gross, but I'm not the
hmm
one eating it, so that's what matters. Uh, Now that we got the advice out, you got your Coach Madden hat off. You're gonna get ready to retire this interview. Future events coming up. Anything that you want to promote at this point?
I mean, like, just keep an eye out for Collision 2023. It's gonna be bigger and better than last year. This year's and like this year's was like already a banger.
Right.
So gonna be hard to top off, but we're gonna do it. Um, I'm trying to bring back my Valorant events at Brookland, so keep an eye out for that.
Right.
Um, and I am working on a charity event in September for like Bone Marrow Awareness Day. So I can't release any details just yet, but if you do want to donate or become a donor for bone marrow, I would definitely head over to Be the Match. I believe it's like .com or .org. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's bethematch.org, and you can sign up there to like make a difference. But yeah, those are like the big events that I currently have like planned for like Q3 and Q4 of this year. So
Nice,
yeah, and
nice.
if you're gonna be at the esports conference in Las Vegas, I'm gonna be there. So catch me there, y'all.
And don't you have a online uh thing that you do regularly?
Yeah, so for community gaming, we mainly host like online competitive esports events. So a majority of those are like kind of like NFT based games. So we have like an Apex Summer Stronghold like really like big event, like $5,000 prize pool happening, I think like in 1 or 2 weeks.
Nice,
So if you guys are into Apex, definitely check that out. We have like an Axie Infinity like circuit going on like all of summer. So that's like super hype because like Axie has like a lot of potential to like really like do a lot of good and is doing a lot of good in like a lot of like emerging markets and countries.
nice,
And yeah, those are the main probably like online and in person events that I'm going to be hosting for this year.
nice, nice. Well, we look forward to seeing you at those. Do you have any shout outs or anything you would like to promote at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I just everyone, bro, everyone who's like been with me on this journey, who's like seen me from like ground zero and like has like give me like the support to like come all the way up. Definitely want to shout out like RJ, my friend Gio, Chloe, like all my collision team, like Kelvin, Henry, Ramses. There's a lot of us, Matt, Lewis, my boss at CG, Nikki, my team, Pop Tart, Naomi, and Kyle. Um, my friends at Landfest. Just like everyone who's like been on me this journey so far. I love you all and I appreciate it, and like I can't wait to see what other dope things we're gonna do in the future, y'all.
Nice, nice. That's a nice sentiment. And where can we find you at, like socials or anything?
Yeah, I'm mainly on Twitter and Instagram. You can find my Twitter. It's Fabs Esports, Fabs Esports. Got to get the SEOs up, And my Instagram is just Fabio Sidiku, my full name.
Nice.
You can follow me there for some clout, get my followers up. The
Right? Eventually we'll get there.
vibe.
But thank you so much, Fab. Definitely a great one of those. This has been a fun adventure to go through with you, and hopefully, when we decide to do a second round of interviews down the line, you'd be one of the first ones to get the chance to be back on the show. So we
Hey,
greatly
man, sounds
appreciate
like
it.
fun.
But
Thank you so
yeah,
much for having me on Fireblaster. I really appreciate the time, man.
of course, and I appreciate your time because time is valuable, and that was actually a really sick combo, but one of those things. But thank you so much, everybody that are at home watching. Tomorrow, our expected guest is Casimir. We haven't got a confirmation from them yet, but hopefully we get Casimir on. One of the best Mega Man mains back in the beginning of Ultimate. A great player in his own right in Smash 4. But hopefully they will be on tomorrow. Other than that, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the crowning achievement. My name's Fireblaster. You can find me at Fireblaster65 on Twitter. I've already posted the YouTube link. Tomorrow we will have scripts episode going up on the YouTube channel, and we will have Technicals episode being up by the end of the week, and Stu's episode up on Wednesday. But thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and we'll see y'all over on the flip side. See y'all later.
Peace out.